Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly update show. Hope everyone is doing well, guys. Do me a favor. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Do me a favor, guys. Take a moment out. If you like our content, if you tune in every single day, all I ask is click the like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. If you haven't done so already, again, it will support the channel, and I will continue again to do my best. So many places I could start today. Really good day. I mean, that's the best way I could say it. Really, really good day. Guys, the best advice I can give new traders, and again, I'm not going to start speaking of the 3,000 moving parts of what you need to accomplish or put yourself in a position to see longevity, but the biggest issue new traders have is, like, the majority of these guys, and you guys know, everybody's done it. You wake up 5 minutes before the open, you look at the hot stock of the day, it's up 240%, and you're trying to short it, you're trying to buy it, and there's no edge. You're diving into the park with retail. It's like a bunch of pigeons trying to get those last crumbs. And again, you just can't get anywhere in your career trying to end the day or end the interval with eating crumbs. Every single day we talk about the ability of gathering data, right? Gathering data and using that data for your game plan the next day, right? I would say 85 to 90% of all my trades for the next day are based on my research from the night before. And, you know, last night we talked about Microsoft, right? We'll get to that in a second. We talked about Tesla potentially, resting for the next move up. We'll talk about Tesla in a second. We talked about the idea of, guys, don't buy stocks on the 21st floor, on the 31st floor. The higher the probability of a stock goes higher, the higher probability you're going to get pulled, right? All these things kind of played out today. And again, the faster you realize that when you're a trader, right, you're not chasing momentum, okay? You're not trading momentum. You are finding the opportunities that confirm organically, that turn into momentum. So by the time that the retail public has figured out what's going on, you're selling into the supply. You're selling into your next move and not buying it after a candle is absolutely exaggerated. And that's exactly what happened today. Best way, you know what? Let's start off. I mean, this was a really good day. Really, really good session. Google, I was watching Google, never got down to the bottom of the range there. Never got down to the bottom range, so I'm still watching the bottom channel. Apple had an iPhone event. Nothing really to talk about. iPhone unveils a cheaper 16E powerful model phone, blah. Who gives a shit, right? Stock went up a little bit, came back down. Nothing really to speak of. Bro didn't confirm. Dell 121 rejected twice on the daily. We talked about Dell briefly last night. Stock, went up $1 and change. Nothing crazy. This was the one, right? This was the one right here. I made a pretty good case last night, right? I made a pretty good case. Guys, all you have to do is go watch last night's video. Microsoft was putting in 5 consecutive days of green candles off the bottom channel, which basically meant to me, or at least gave me the impression of, sellers are tired, right? Or at least sellers are getting tired. All it needs to do is get back above the 10-day supply. And Microsoft 411 rejected twice. That's the 10-day supply. We started seeing buyers come in one after another for the 228, 425 calls, the 420 weeklies. I didn't even know they had their own type of event going on. I had no idea. Maybe this was kind of what launched the stock, but Microsoft reveals its first quantum computing chip, the Majorana 1. Yeah, God bless. Potato. Moral of the story is, And beautiful move, absolutely beautiful move, gorgeous move. Here is the 411. We talked about all this distribution, and it finally got above the 411, just absolutely exploded, got above the 1250 area. And this is where we should wind up. But there's a day two tomorrow. We should get a push into the 1720s, 1730s, the next supply zone. So it really, again, kind of magnifies what we talk about all the time. You get your data from the night before, you get your research, you get every single aspect of what you're looking to accomplish the night before, and you just wait for confirmation. Okay. Nobody's looking to buy, Microsoft tomorrow at 17. You sell into that supply, right? You buy over the 10-day supply, you sell into the 20, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Again, it's preparation. It's having the ability to figure out things that the general public doesn't. And that's the whole point of research. So gorgeous move, absolutely gorgeous move on Microsoft. I think it sees higher levels. We talked about Meta yesterday, right? First move, you remember we talked about last night's video? First move on Meta, broke a 20-day moving streak, winning streak, closed below the 10-day moving average, 706.44. If it confirms yesterday's channel, it can see the 690s. That's exactly what happened with Meta, right? Here was this, here is the whole area here. It got below 706, which was yesterday's channel, and traded all the way down to the 690, 695. Again, stock traded right into support. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move on Meta, beautiful move on Microsoft. And then it started getting better. It started getting better over and over again. Robinhood, yesterday got downgraded, 59.50, 59.90. If it builds below, can flush. Here was Robinhood. These are all backside moves, right? These are stocks that had big, big run-ups. And again, keep that in mind. And we'll get to a series of stocks in a second, which I'll show you for tomorrow, that you could have exactly the same type of scenario. So Robinhood yesterday got sold off on a downgrade, held the 5-day moving average. Today got below the 5-day moving average. It went from 59.90. Right now it's trading 58.40s after hours, getting absolutely smoked. Congratulations for you guys who took Robinhood. This was awesome, right? This was awesome. We discussed Tesla. Our highest sales was 357, 367. We talked about it last night. 359.50s. That's above yesterday's highs. If it could confirm, you could see 363. Why is 363 an important spot? Well, 363 was, we talked about this on last night's video. It was the 210 highs. It took out 263 and just didn't make it to the 368 next supply. But an absolutely great, just phenomenal move. Absolutely phenomenal move. Great moves, just absolutely great moves everywhere. Qualcomm never got to 77. AMD, I still like it tomorrow. I don't love it, but I like it. 1555 needs to build. Traded up to like 16 and change. It looks okay. So you had some really, really great moves, really awesome moves, expansion channels, and that's exactly what we want when we are trading. Here's now the other side of the equation, right? And by the way, I also closed out my Amazon short. I was up like 3 and change on the position. I didn't like the fact that it held yesterday's low, so I covered my last piece, up like $1 and change. So, or I guess it's down $1 and change. Whatever it was $1 and change in my runner. Anyway, so that's that. Here's the other side of the equation, right? We always talk about, guys, leave the stocks that are above their channels alone. Leave them alone. Gravity kicks in. It's not a good thing, right? Just leave them alone. And every single day I keep on getting asked, hey, Dad, what about PLTR? What about SMCI? What about PLTR? What about SMCI? And my whole thing was, PLTR, the earnings high was here, right? 107. It's not at 120. It's not at 125. It's not at, up here. It was at 107. As the longer you go, right, you're getting on the 8th floor, the 12th floor, the 21st floor, the 68th floor. And then out of nowhere today, in the middle of the day, this is where investors are comfortable. Number one, the Trump administration announces that the Pentagon to prep for budget cuts over the next 5 years. Not a great thing, but here was the kind of the dagger, right? And the dagger, anybody buying these lofty levels, the CEO, Alex Karp, I believe his name is, House announced a new plan to sell $1.2 billion worth of stock, and boom, right? The stock had absolutely imploded. If you look at PLTR's chart, right, and this is kind of what I want to get you guys set up for tomorrow. If you look at PLTR's chart and look at Meta's chart, look at the difference. I mean, look at the similarities, right? Meta yesterday held the 10-day moving average. Okay, look at PLTR. This is exactly the same setup. Guys, watch this PLTR. If PLTR starts losing today's channel, okay, tomorrow, you could see a wash anywhere from 102 to 98. Again, it's literally the same setup as Meta was yesterday. Look at SMCI. SMCI has been on a godlike run. Okay, nobody should be long up here. If your first purchase was today, or you're doing it wrong, man. Right? The buy was above the 50-day moving average at 33. You're buying the stock at 66. The stock market is a very copycat type of scenario. Okay, when you have one high flyer gets pulled, it doesn't really take a lot of emphasis for another high flyer to get pulled as well. SMCI has nothing to do with PLTR, right? But since this is a copycat lead, and this is something that, like we just mentioned a couple of minutes ago, that again, you need to be prepared. Well, why can't SMCI take out a previous day's channel and start pulling it as well? It doesn't need to have any news, right? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I always say on every single video, don't you need to be prepared, right? So I definitely want to keep an eye on SMCI. If this thing starts losing, and again, I don't know if it will, but if it starts losing today's channel tomorrow, yeah, this thing could get rug pulled as well. So definitely keep an eye on that as well. If you guys notice, you're getting a pretty big disconnect right now between Bitcoin and Coinbase and MSTR, right? Bitcoin is actually holding up fairly well, right? Bitcoin right now, where's trading? Bitcoin right now is trading, what, 96,000, right? Coinbase today, ever since it came out with earnings, has been coming below the bottom of the channel here, right? It stopped at the intermediate support of right over here. What is this? That is the 100-day SMA. If Coinbase loses the 100-day SMA, Coinbase could get hit another 10 points. Okay, guys, watch Coinbase tomorrow. If it loses the bottom of this 100 channel, this thing could get hit as well. Same thing with MSTR. Okay, MSTR is very, very close to losing this range. Is it imminent? I don't think it's imminent, but it's something you want to watch. Today, it lost a 3-day range. It's holding a 4th day in a row, but this is where it's going to get very, very aggressive if it starts losing the February lows. Again, we're not there just yet, but just be aware of a potential selling cycle. Because again, if Bitcoin is not going down, but these stocks that are representing Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin has something to do with Bitcoin, that's a problem. Because if Bitcoin does eventually get pulled, well, these are the scenario candidates of shoot first, ask questions later. And apparently right now they are shooting first. They're not shooting to kill right now. They're just shooting for some flesh wounds, but they are shooting. So definitely keep an eye on MSCR. Definitely keep an eye on Coinbase tomorrow for further selling. Watch Microsoft. If this thing starts building above today's channel tomorrow, we could see the 417 level again. 420s weeklies came in, and 425s came in for next week. Very, very important. Keep an eye on PLTR below today's channel. Keep an eye on SMCI just in case below today's channel as well. Tesla is kind of not here nor there, so I really have no opinion on it. We had a phenomenal trade today. They gave us an $8 move in about 15 minutes today, which was absolutely phenomenal. And, that would have been perfect if that was the only trade of the day. We got some great stuff, including Microsoft as well. Let me see what else I like for tomorrow. I'm giving you guys some pretty good ideas for tomorrow. Let me see what else I like for tomorrow. Apple still looks good. Yeah, I think that's it. Also, keep an eye on Qualcomm. I don't know if it'll get there tomorrow, but keep an eye on Qualcomm. It's pretty good channel here. It just needs to get above. The February highs. I don't think it's going to get there tomorrow, but you never know, right? You never know. So, again, guys, be prepared. Okay. Again, I don't care what kind of trader you are. Be prepared. Be prepared on both sides of the market. Don't think that you're smarter than the market. You're not. Nobody is. Price action is king. Buyers clean up sellers. Right. Market goes higher. Sellers clean up buyers. They go lower. Again, there's nothing personal. Nobody's against you. You don't have a dark cloud over you. The stock market trades. It trades up. It trades down. And your job is to be prepared. So hell of a day, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. God bless. So when everything goes well, I'll see you all in the field tomorrow. Take care, guys.